to fight the Frostmoon again. Now, there's a neat thing that I've learned is put your fingers on the touchpad, and if you want to zoom in, put your fingers apart, or if you want to zoom out, move them closer together. So I figured that was a neat little trick, and now let's get into it. So, as I said in my previous video, the Shroomite mask and the Shroomite armor is the best that you can have right now. And it increases the damage, and enemies are most likely not to target you. So, I've got some confetti bullets and some regular rounds, and let's get to it. So, the way I have this set up, I changed it from the video we had about a while back, about 30 to 40 minutes ago. What I did was I actually put the more traps off to the sides. I actually did about 11 more for smoother, well, it's gonna sound weird, but killing. And if the Everscream will actually come down here, it will get hit by more spiky ball traps and super dart. And the guys, what we don't really have to worry about are the Nutcracker, the zombie elves, and Archer. 24 p.m., 10:30 right now. And what we're doing is we're doing this, and we're already on wave 6, because me and my brother are currently doing this. And if we have the, dadgummit, that again. Okay, but if you have the stake launcher, this is what I was talking about. If you get the Ranger emblem and everything else, you can get 7,000 damage. And that's actually extremely overpowered for Terraria right now. But it is possible to get over 10,000 on the 1.3 computer version of Terraria. And we should actually be getting 1.3 in the near future, as in a month or two from now, judging by what Red has been putting out. So, what I'm using for this fight is the Shroomite armor, my Neptune shell for the heck of it, Obsidian shield, Hercules beetle, fleeting frostbark boots, and an arcane hoverboard. And it's a little ragtag, but what it does is it's an all-around class. So like right now, I could spawn in 1, maybe 2 tiki people. What are they? Soldiers, basically, is what I'm gonna call them. And with that, what you can do is it gives you bonus damage, and with the arcane things, the Nimbus clouds, which is a rare drop from, well, Nimbuses, is actually really good, because it does continuous damage. And if you can lead Santa down under the traps, like what's happening right now, if you can get led down under the traps, that'll actually be really good, because whenever you do that, right now it could be a couple of hundred damage like per second from this. And if he spawns in my house, just drop down and kill him from there. But now he's wanting to stick up top because of the Shroomite armor. So if you're playing with 2 people, it helps to have Shroomite, but not everybody has it. You know, the moment it's not the easiest to obtain, especially trying to get platinum and then collecting all the chlorophyte and all that. So it took me a good solid hour to do it, because that's just how difficult it was. So, and some will still spawn on the top of the traps, but right now it's still only 1:30, so some will still spawn, but they will run around to you. So we got about a solid 3 more minutes of this. So, if you haven't been able to tell, every second, well, every minute in Terraria is a second in real time. So, let's actually zoom in, because that helps with precision really well. And turn off the traps, and you can just finish off whatever's left with your hands. Actually, I take that back. Santa's here. So let's turn that back on. Yeah. I didn't think you would ever spawn. Okay. So you have about a minute to kill him. And with 2 people, that can dumb it down to about like 30 seconds if you could both people get their hands on him. But the proximity mine launcher and the grenade launcher are really, really well. And then if both of you can run to the side, he'll hit really well. But he has a high defense for an enemy. And I kind of prefer the grenade launcher. It may do just a little bit less damage or more depending on what you're using. But you can hold the trigger down and it'll kill him. And you don't have to wait for an enemy to hit it. As soon as it hits it while it's rolling or anything like that, it's just a instant kill basically. So, works out really well both ways, even if you have rocket, arrow, or bullet damage. So it helps to have health regen, but it's not mandatory. And the palladium armor can help, but I will be putting out a duplication video later, and it takes, with bad internet, the glitch can take up to half an hour to do if you have extremely bad internet, or no internet at all, which I highly doubt. But it's very simple. With good internet, it may take a solid minute to go through the 3 steps that there are. Okay, and now that this is over in 3, 2, 1, oh, perfect. You can turn off the traps and just kill them with your hands, because they actually will not go anywhere. And even if you die, they'll still be here. So, like I said, the grenade launcher's gonna work. But you only have like 30 seconds after all this to still get the loot. If you haven't killed them yet. There's not always a solid guarantee that you can get, you know, amazing things. Like, we didn't even get to the Ice Queen yet. Because that's just how difficult it is. And without mods, it's almost completely impossible. Or if you both have, you know, a certain trap set up with lava and everything else, but you could still go through and fight invasions and everything else during daytime. Like, I'm actually about to summon Golem right now. Look at that. And then go up here and turn on the traps. So, Titan armor is actually also really good for bullet damage, but you know, Beetle is more melee kind of, and second best defense, I believe it is Turtle that is the best, because Turtle is just flat out the most defense. Beetle is I actually recommend Turtle over Beetle, but the Beetles will protect you from actually 40, I think it is 45% of the damage done to you total. And if you're on the computer before 1.3, or you actually just now get Beetle armor, I actually recommend not the Beetle shell, but the Beetle scale mail if you're a ranger, because it may not give you more defense, but you definitely will get some better things out of it. So you got the elf melter, which is, well, I believe that says 66, yes. And that's with the Shrumite leggings and everything else on. So, it's actually really worth it. And see, I just did 327 damage, and 320 and 324 there. So, imagine what that could do if I had rocket damage on, if I had the helmet, the Shrumite helmet, I believe is what it is. But, if you have two people Spectre, and you want to go Mage, that can, basically mean the difference between you getting through an event quick and minimal death, or if you want to go Shrumite, it's best if you have two people with Shrumite. But you really you could go with one person having Spectre and one person have, like, you know, Titanium or something like that, if they haven't been able to get anything better, or Adamantite. But actually works out really well. And if you have just arcane things like what I have, and mix match stuff, it's the continuous damage it'll be really great. And if you will check out the video that I'm actually about to put out in a few minutes, I will show you how to duplicate. And, well, actually, I'll put out the duplication video later if I can get some quests for that, because so far right now I know that it only works for the ps4 and anything that you can upload on, or the Xbox 360, because you can't upload worlds on the Xbox One. And this should work for PC, but I will walk you through how to do that in a few minutes. So, well, I'll go ahead and walk you through that. What you want to do is put whatever you want to duplicate in a chest. Like, right now, I'm going to duplicate this clothier, well, this lens. You put what you want in a chest. You exit and save. Then you want to upload that world to the cloud. And whenever you upload it to the cloud, even if you go back and take stuff out of the chest, you can delete it and re-download it, and it will still be there. So, I may fast forward through this time if it doesn't, you know, go a little bit faster. Okay, guys, now that the world's been uploaded, just go back into the world. like so. Go into the chest, take what you wanted to duplicate. Now, anything else in the chest, and you delete and re-download it, it will still be there in that exact number. Like, this penguin necklace, or the jewel hook, will still be here. And this is the jewel hook, you don't know what it looks like. So, just exit. Like so. Delete the world, and re-download it. And I will see you guys whenever this gets done downloading. Okay guys, now that that is done downloading, you will go back into the world, and there you go. Lens is still there, and it's in my inventory. And you can put it back and keep duplicating like that, or if you want to do armor sets, it helps to have your vanity out, and put that in there, and then you can duplicate from there. So like if you're playing with one of your friends, and what you could do is, well, do Spectre armor, because it will heal basically the lowest person. Well, you can heal yourself with magic damage, and 8% of the damage you do comes back. So if you get everything arcane and you get godly, legendaries, or superior everything, you can basically be invincible at the expense of like 2 health per second. So this was That Rogue 80s Gamer, and check me out on Xbox One under Little Gears of War. So I'll see you guys then.